everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I like to post about books and music, mostly Taylor Swift. Today is my Tortured Poets Department reaction video. I'm like not okay. I have been so wired this last week. Like the amount of like hunts she's making us go on for QR codes on buildings, weird sentences that say we hereby conduct this post-mortem examination. I don't know what's going on. The psych ward on her TikTok. What? I feel like this has been one of the weirdest, craziest album rollouts. I'm considering posting my next video about that, like how insane it's been. I'm not going to give away the concept fully, but like putting into perspective how self-referential and intense this album rollout and lore has been so far. Also, this album leaked. I did not listen to any of it, but I did come across like some spoilers, but I'm confused because they're saying contradicting things, which is probably a good thing. Some people are saying this album is all about Joe and is like really sad, and like the genre is like folky, folklore-y, sad midnights, maybe a little bit of synth pop, kind of dark, pretty much just really vague things that could mean anything. And other people are saying it's like bops, just filled with bops about Maddie Healy. It's like, I don't know what to believe. Something that I'm afraid did get spoiled for me is I'm pretty sure she calls Maddie Healy a dog in this, and a Jehovah's Witness. That has to be trolling, and praises Charlie Puth. I just don't believe it. Like, I haven't seen exact lines, but like, what? So just for full transparency, a few things may be spoiled. I also did find the prologue, which is something I wanted to do, and I wanted to kind of talk about it here before we get into it. At this hearing, I stand before my fellow members of the Tortured Poets Department with a summary of my findings, a debrief, a detailed rewinding, for the purpose of warning for the sake of reminding. As you might all unfortunately recall, I have been struck with a case of restricted humanity, which explains my plea here today of temporary insanity. You see, the pendulum swings. I've said her pendulum is swinging so many times because like who she's dating now compared to who this album seems to be about, very, very different people. So many times Travis Kelce has done something and I'm like, Joe Alwyn would never. And that's precisely the point. Oh, the chaos it brings leads the caged beast to do the most curious things. The cage from the library pop-up. Lovers spend years denying what's ill-fated. Resentment rotting away galaxies we created. Stars placed and glued meticulously by hand next to the ceiling fan. I'm so in love that I might stop breathing. Drew a map on your bedroom ceiling. I'm not prepared for this. I'm not wearing any makeup today because I had a feeling I would just cry it off. And one of my friends was like, oh my god, you should wear like a black smoky eye for your reaction video. Girl, it would be all over my white dress. Tried wishing on comets, tried dimming the shine, bejeweled, tried to orbit his planet. Wreck my plans, that's my man. Some stars never align. Once upon a time, the planets and the fates and all the stars aligned. And in one conversation, I tore down the whole sky, bigger than the whole sky. Spring sprung forth with the dazzling freedom hues. That kind of reminds me of Ivy, the bridge from Ivy. Then a crash from the skylight bursting through. Not this guy again. Something old, something hollowed, who told me he could be brand new. And so I was out of the oven and into the microwave, out of the slammer and into a tidal wave. How gallant to save the Empress from her gilded tower. Gilded gold? I'm so intrigued by what kind of gold metaphors we're gonna get in this album. Swinging a sword he could barely lift, but loneliness struck at that fateful hour. Low-hanging fruit on his wine-stained lips. He never even scratched the surface of me. None of them did. In summation, it was not a love affair, I screamed while bringing my fists to my coffee-ringed desk. It was a mutual manic phase. It was self-harm. It was house and then cardiac arrest. I'm going to be thinking about that every day for the rest of my life. A smirk creeps onto this poet's face because it's the worst men that I write best. And so I enter into evidence my tarnished coat of arms, my muses acquired like bruises, my talismans and charms, the tick 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 of love bombs, my veins of pitch black ink. All's fair in love and poetry. Sincerely, the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department. What? I don't think she's ever done a poem as a prologue before. It's always been kind of, honestly, a really transparent like look at what this album is going to include, like without rhyming anything, without being vague, like especially when I think of the Lover album, like it was so obviously about the things she loves and it was really obvious. But this is like up for interpretation and I kind of love that. I mean, it makes sense for the prologue to be a poem for the Tortured Poets Department, but man, I'm really wondering if this entire album is like a metaphor for death and rebirth, especially with the like black and white sort of imagery. Okay, it's time to get into it. I'm not ready. Do you know how hard it is to not listen to leaks? I mean, mean, like, I wasn't gonna do it. I didn't listen to a single thing. I have no idea what this is gonna sound like because everybody seems to be lying online about it or can't agree on what the sound or even what the lyrics are about. I hope it's not vague. Okay, time to stop having an anxiety attack and actually listen to it. Never made it clear, never made it right. That was supposedly a leak from a while ago. I don't think it's real though. I think it's AI. Especially because we keep getting the line for a fortnight, not on a fortnight, which is what the AI version was doing. Going on a fortnight. I'm so stressed out. I'm gonna listen partially through my laptop speakers so you can hear certain things, but also partially through my headphones because my laptop speakers suck. Okay, we're gonna do the intro just just full send it. I was supposed to be sent away, I was supposed to be sent away, or have they come to take me away? Why are there no lyric videos? Oh, this is like synth. Wait, what? I was a functioning alcoholic till nobody noticed my new aesthetic? What is this? Is this freaking like disco? 70s? This is what we wanted from Midnights when she was doing all those 70s promo shots? I hope you're okay. I'm stressed out. I don't know what's going on. Your wife waters flowers. I want to kill her. What is happening? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. All my mornings are Monday stuck in an endless February. When they split up. Oh my God. Sorry, I need to just stop saying oh my God over and over again, but what? I took the miracle move on drug. The effects were temporary. That's the rebound. Oh my God, post. This is fascinating. I didn't know I Love You Is Ruining My Life would be like a part of the chorus. Is that the chorus? No, I think that's the verse. This is so confusing without a lyric video. For only a fortnight, I'm confused. It was 6 years. Or maybe it's like it only felt like the blink of an eye. This is crazy. My husband is cheating. I want to kill him. What? You sometimes come and tug my sweater, not letting her move on? What is going on? I like this random synth that shows up right here. That. And then that little thing, like effect. This is crazy. These harmonies. Those harmonies. The high harmonies. Ooh, listen to him. He honestly sings not bad. I think, isn't he a rapper predominantly? I don't know what to think of that. I'm so confused. My husband is cheating? What is this? I'm so confused. It'll click eventually. You can never understand some of these off the first listen. The title track. I have theories about this one. Okay, 80s. 80s. What? Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. It sounds like Prince, that one Prince song, When Doves Cry. You've left your typewriter at my apartment. That's so funny. This reminds me of Renegade. You're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road, but I've seen this episode and still love the show. Me Googling Dylan Thomas and Patti Smith. Okay, so they're both poets. No fucking buddy. You smoked them 8, 7 bars of chocolate. You declared Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. That's great. No. Oh, say it isn't so. What? Okay, this is crazy. Why am I laughing so freaking hard? This is so funny. You told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave. Who's Lucy? And I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen. This is crazy. This is like, like, the mania. Yeah, I mean, she told us in the prologue, this was that crazy shit happening on stage. The pure psychosis, the unhinged, I love you, you know who you are. I've never been this happy in my life in all aspects. This is insane. Everyone we know understands why it's meant to be. Girl, because we're crazy. At dinner, you take my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one people put wedding rings on. And that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. The desperation after being with someone who wouldn't marry her. We're two idiots. I mean, at least she's like self-aware. Because that was like, obviously I don't think Taylor Swift is an idiot, but like that was an idiotic phase. I think she agrees. What is going on? Ooh, that sparkly sound at the end. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. My speakers are not great. I mean, I feel like the muse of that one is pretty obvious. You know, muse is only 2 letters off from the word meme, because that's what that entire, what do I even call it? Display, circus, sideshow, in the words of Getaway Car. It was like a meme to me. It was like so funny and entertaining to watch that. Here we go again, the voices in his head. Oh, she's calling herself a toy in the whole first verse. Purchased at the mall. The sickest army doll, fighting in only your army. You should have seen him when he first got me. Something like tarnishing over time. Puzzle pieces in the dead of night. The puzzle pieces from the pop-up. This is kind of a bop. He runs because he loves me. Once I fix me, he's gonna miss me. This is crazy. This is so Jack Antonoff. The drums in this one are insane towards the end. That's crazy. Okay, so I felt more when we played pretend than with all the Kens playing house arrest. I used to switch out these Kens, I'd just ghost. This is really vague though. Like, I don't know. I was expecting more confessional songwriting and like more of a bridge. I feel so indifferent so far, but that's not indicative of how I'll feel long term about this album. Because like Midnight's was weird on the first listen and I didn't like Lover on the first listen and now I really like it. Oh man. What in the world? Oh man, this is sad. Here it comes. This is crazy. I'm down bad crying at the gym because she was prepping for the Eras tour with those like intense gym workouts, singing on the treadmill. Fuck it, if I can't have him, I might just die. It would make no difference. This is crazy. It's so melodramatic. The teenage petulance line makes me think of Love Story.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Which makes me think, I had a theory. What did I think was going to be like Love Story? Daddy, I love him. Staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. The sky references and like metaphors, I'm okay. Don't worry, it's fine. Did you take all my old clothes just to leave me here naked and alone? In a field in my same old town. My town was a wasteland. Somehow seems so hollow now. This is my favorite one so far. Oh, this has happened a couple times. That weird sound? Like I lost my twin. Oh my god. I read somewhere that someone who was friends with the both of them said like their friend group was calling them like twins or something because they were like always together. Waving at the ship. Okay, here's a decent bridge. Oh my gosh, how dare you think it's romantic leaving me safe and stranded? Please leave me stranded. It's so romantic. That's crazy. This is outer spacey. One of the comments says, did Taylor Swift fall in love with a fucking alien? It's like funny, but like it hurts. It's like kind of funny though. I didn't think I'd be laughing and crying. Something about some of these is just so like self-aware. Oh, synthy. These are such cool sounds. Oh, I love the shimmery nonsense. I like the nonsense. There's a lot of nonsense going on here. Okay, choir girl. The Oz. Oh, it's happening again. Synthy thing. This is crazy. It's giving Alien. This, like... How much sad did you think I had? Did you? Am I crying or am I shaking my ass? I don't know. Maybe I'm doing both. You'll find someone. I founded the club she's heard great things about. Oh my gosh, I left all I knew. You left me at the house by the heath. I stopped CPR after all, it's no use. Spirit was gone, we would never come to, and I'm pissed off you let me give you all that youth for free. You say I abandoned the ship, but I was going down with it. The line from that other song that was like waving at the ship, just like goodbye. My white knuckle dying grip holding tight to your quiet resentment. It also reminds me of Renegade. You're losing me and Renegade. You're not sure if he wants to be there. Gosh, I died on the altar waiting for the proof. I'm just getting color back into my face. I'm just mad as hell because I loved this place for so long. You sacrificed us to the gods of your bluest days. It's new, the shape of your body. It's blue, the feeling I got when your cascade ocean wave blues come. I'm with you even if it makes me blue. Jesus Christ, this Shit is adding up. Shit is adding up. Had a good run. This has been an insane experience so far. We're only 4 tracks in. This song is almost 6 minutes long. Am I crazy? Or does this sound like the beginning of the Eras tour? That first part before she starts singing anyways. I need a Tylenol. It's gonna take me time to get through this. Light on my face, torture in my ears. This is one of the prettiest things I've ever heard. Screaming, but daddy, I love him, I'm having his baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your face. Growing up precocious sometimes means not growing up at all. Yep, soon enough the elders had convened down at the city hall. This is crazy. I can't believe this is about Maddie Healy. Man, she was really, yeah, she was going through it. I mean, she warned us. She warned us in that prologue. I think it's very important to read the prologue before you listen, because this is like a moment in time. Stay away from her. Stay away from her. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I'll tell you something right now. I'd rather burn my whole life down than listen to one more second of all this bitching and moaning. Oh my god, this is crazy. I'll tell you something about my good name. It's mine alone to disgrace. Oh god, she was going through it. This is almost like country-like. This is crazy. Save the most judgmental creeps. Creeps who say they want what's best for me. Sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I'll never see. This reminds me of how I felt when I was listening to, oh, what is it called? One of Ariana Grande's newer songs, The Boy Is Mine, I think it's called. And you're like grooving along and you remember who it's about, like who the muse is, and it's like, or, you know, off of Beyonce's newest album, funnily enough, her take on Jolene. I could easily understand how you're attracted to my man. I don't. That's what this feels like. It's like you really have to separate the muse from the art, not the artist from the art. Because, God. But the song hits. Like, just picture someone else. Like, this is like country. Closer. Came back when the heat got down, went to my parents and they came around. This is wild. So that was a thing that happened. Oh my gosh. I imagine this song was written really fast, actually, because that was such a short-lived period. I mean, from what we've seen at least. What was it, like 2 months maybe? And then it was just done. So interesting. Such an interesting snapshot of time. Oh my god, it's Western. I just read the lyric because I have to have them all in front of me instead of one at a time in a lyric video. I'm running back home to you fresh out the slammer. I know who my first call will be to. I mean, the prologue says it all. It's such a good summary of this, you know? I said how previously she wouldn't do poems as a prologue and it would be like a really blunt explanation. Honestly, I think that poem was a pretty blunt explanation. Something old, something hallowed. I mean, what can I say? He was with her in dreams. Ooh, emotional cheating. Gray and blue and fights and tunnels. Handcuffed to the spell I was under for just 1 hour of sunshine. Like taking all those bad moments that make up the other 23 hours in the day just for that one, like, hope of like when something is good again, finally. Years of labor, locks and ceiling, staring at the ceiling with you. Drew a map on your bedroom ceiling. It's gonna be all right. I did my time. She put in the best effort she could. This is crazy. This is so crazy. As I said in my letters, now that I know better, I will never lose my baby again. But going back to Ratty, but like it lasted 2 months. That's crazy, the delusion she was in, just from that like high of being out of a long-term relationship. This is really crazy. I know I've already said that. I've said that so many times at this point. Watched me daily disappearing for just one glimpse of his smile. Ooh, this like fantasizing about past things like folklore evermore, and also even even midnights. Some of those songs like Question, all those nights you kept me going, swirled you into all of my poems. Now we're at the starting line, I did my time. Also the way Cardigan was kind of like intertwined with this narrative, how she did that crazy I love you, you know who you are on stage, swirled you into all of my poems over that time period where she was desperately trying to make it work with someone else, swirled you into all of my poems. I think that's also very telling because it's like, I don't think Cardigan is necessarily like about Maddie. I just think it's like she was creating these characters but kind of thinking back to like past relationships and like using that as inspiration to create these characters and just whimsically thinking about those things. This is weird. It just took a turn. I'm the girl of his American dreams. Ain't no way I'm gonna screw up now that I know what's at stake here. This is crazy. I'm wearing imaginary rings. The ring thing, you put a ring off my middle finger on the one where people put wedding rings onto. And she about freaking died because it was like, she'd been wanting that for so long. This is crazy. Why did that relationship end if she felt this strongly? Like, this is nuts because that's not what it was looking like. My friends all smell like weed or little babies. Oh, Florence. Oh, Florence. Someone described this as like something off of Lana Del Rey's Paradise, and honestly, I see it. Your cheating husband disappeared? I like how Florence is actually singing on this. Like, we won't have to wait for a more Florence version. This reminds me of No Body, No Crime. In my mind, they sink into a swamp. Is that a bad thing to say in a song? What is going on? Little did you know your home's really only the town you'll get arrested, so you pack your life away just to wait out the shitstorm back in Texas. Texas was the last show she did before announcing her breakup. That was the show I went to in Arlington, this shitstorm back in Texas. That was also when she first switched Invisible String to the one on the tour. This beat. Texas, this is crazy. Love left me like this and I don't want to exist. I'm gonna refrain from saying what I've been saying several times at this point, but it was crazy. No thoughts, head empty. What? The Blue Nile? He sent me Downtown Lights. I hadn't heard it in a while. That sounds like something Joe would do. Like sending her songs? My boredom's bone deep. This cage was once just fine. Just fine. Was once just fine? It didn't sound just fine on like Lover or Reputation. This is crazy. I dream of cracking locks. Throwing my life to the wolves of the ocean rocks. What does this remind me of? Like this desire to self-sabotage? I feel like she's written about that before on a past album. I feel like this chorus is going to hit. Those vocals back into the hedge maze. Thinking about someone else while stuck in this other relationship. Oh, that's why it's a question, because it's how can I be guilty as sin? Wait a second. I keep these longings locked in lowercase inside a vault. Lowercase. The lowercase album was Folklore and Evermore. Are there vault songs that are like too revealing from those records? Oh my god. There's no such thing as bad thoughts on their actions talk. Oh my god. Wait, there's no way. Living way too late for breath, speaking all of me. You've already done it in my head. It's make believe. Does it feel like a fly? This honestly kind of feels like early 2000s, like acoustic pop. Doesn't feel like everything's just second best after that meteor strike. Roll the stone away. What does that mean? This reminds me of Don't Blame Me and False God. If long-suffering propriety is what they want from me, they don't know how long you've haunted me so stunningly. Jesus, this is crazy. Long-suffering propriety. People wanting her to be in this long-term, like seemingly happy relationship. Ooh, this guitar. The plucked thing. Oh, she's doing that thing she used to do at the beginning of her career. He sent me Downtown Lights. I hadn't heard it in a while. Am I allowed to cry? Repeating. There's so much violence going on that it's like overwhelming. The thing she used to do where she would repeat the same line at the end that she started the song with back in her country days. This is like weirdly enough really calling back to her early songwriting. This piano is insane. Wait, what time signature is this? You should have just said That part is so haunting. This is crazy. I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. This is creepy. You don't get to tell me you feel bad. Is it a wonder I broke? Let's hear one more joke, then we could all just laugh until I cry. This is like, reminds me of Wonderland from 1989. This is intense. Also, I just wanted to say, while we're at like a halfway point for sure, it is kind of what I was expecting sonically. Like Midnight's really catfished us, but this kind of is slutty folklore, honestly, but just more self-referential, confessional. It was vague a little bit in the beginning, but now I'm seeing where she's going. What if they did? This bass line, I'll sue you if you step on my lawn, put narcotics into all of my songs, and that's why you're still singing along. You caged me and then you called me crazy. This reminds me of like Blank Space. I love also a little bit anti-hero, like this is what they're calling me lately. Did you hear my covert narcissism I disguise as altruism like some kind of congressman? The asylum, in the TikTok. I'll sue you if you step on my lawn, put narcotics into all of my songs, and that's why you're still singing along. The way she's taking this narrative and running with it, I've heard that so many times, like, oh, her songs are like crack, like she puts some crazy stuff in there, and how it's like formulaic and like a specific structure to like hook people and have you singing it like all day. There's so many crazy theories that it's like almost like a witchcraft or some kind of science of like crafting the perfect pop song, and like it's all, what's it called? I'm losing my train of thought. Nefarious, I don't know how to pronounce it. I've only ever seen it written. Like it's not an authentic form of songwriting. It's like just to sell more records, get more streams, more radio time. That's crazy. This is just like insane. Oh boy, this is mesmerizing. The smoke cloud billows out his mouth, freight train through a small town. We know who this is about. The jokes he told across the bar were revolting and far too loud. They shake their heads saying, God help her, when I tell him he's my man. This is so self-aware. Your good Lord doesn't need to lift a finger. I can fix him. No, really, I can. And only I can. This is so self-aware. Was this written in hindsight? Because this one feels more self-aware than whatever the other one was, fresh out the slammer. This really does have a Western vibe. 6-lane Texas highway. This reminds me of Cowboy Like Me. Ew. His hand's so calloused from his pistol, softly traces hearts on my face. If it's Maddie, it's calloused from his guitar. Ew. Ew. God. That's like, that's crazy that this is like her ideal. I cannot imagine. A perfect case for my certain skill set. It is slutty folklore. It's like Cowboy Like Me, but even more sensual. Good boy, that's right. Good boy, that's right. She talks about him like he's a dog. Maybe I can't. God, is this the like end of that period of the recovery from the rebound? The end of the rebound. That's what this feels like. Wow. Love of my life, loss of my life, what's going on here? Is this gonna be like a realization after this rebound didn't work of like, oh shit, like I was using this as a band-aid? As she explained in the prologue, she has to deal with the actual feelings. Oh shit. I'm in for it, aren't I? A ballad? We were just kids, babe. Your suit and tie in the nick of time. Love of your life? What? I reformed you. Your paintings turned out to be fakes? Get love quick scheme? That's a reference from her poem from Reputation. I felt a hole like this never before and ever since. Oh shit. If you know it in one glimpse, it's legendary. What we thought was for all time was momentary. Still alive, killing time at the cemetery. Never quite buried. Oh wow. Still alive and killing time at the cemetery. Because like she didn't end it for so long even when she knew it was kind of like dead. I hate Genius. I hate looking at lyrics on Genius. There's ads everywhere and the page constantly reloads. Oh my god, cinephile? A person who's like obsessed with movies? Oh god. Actor? You shit talked me under the table, talking rings and talking cradles. I wish I could recall how we almost had it all. Counterfeit. Dancing phantoms on the terrace are they secondhand embarrassed that I can't get out of bed. The past versions of Taylor and Joe? This is crazy. What happened? If he's a ghost, then I can be a phantom. Something counterfeit's dead. What does that remind me of? It was legendary, it was momentary, it was unnecessary. Should have let it stay buried. These strings and this piano was unnecessary. Should have let it stay buried. I'll never leave, never mind. You're the loss of my life at the end. Wow. I'm confused as hell. I see this being about like multiple muses, which goes along with like themes of the tortured poets department. It's incredibly confusing. I almost said crazy again. I mean, it kind of is. I'm not gonna understand this until I listen to it a few more times. This is so much absorption happening. Oh, is this gonna be a bop? This is what I'm talking about. This sounds like Aaron Dessner. This reminds me of Suburban Legends for some reason. She's having the time of her life. Yeah, but this is gonna be the one that has that line. The 1, 2, 3, 4 reminds me of what she hears in her earpiece when she's performing. This is crazy. I'm a real tough kid. I can handle my shit. Lights, camera, bitch, smile. Bitch as a verb or as a noun? Like bitch smile or like bitch and smile. He said he'd love me all his life, but that life was too short. This is crazy. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting more. Mirror ball. I'm so depressed. I act like it's my birthday every day. This could have a double meaning, like celebrating every day on the Eras tour. Or, you know how people always say like, oh, if you didn't cry on your birthday, is it even your birthday? I'm so obsessed with him, but he avoids me like the plague. That also reminds me of You're Losing Me. I cry a lot, but I'm so productive, it's an art. What is this? I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday. I didn't know it was gonna sound like that. I read the lyrics before hearing it. That's a bop. I keep finding his things in drawers. Crucial evidence. I found the evidence. Make it make some sense. I keep finding his things in drawers is like devastating because after 6 years together, that's like, your lives are so entwined. Like, I'm sure she had a lot of her shit at his place. He had so much at her various houses. I love this chorus so much. In stilettos for miles. This is crazy. This is true, unhinged, insane asylum. I understand why the insane asylum is on TikTok now and Instagram Reels, I think, because I'm miserable. And nobody even knows. God, that reminds me so much of the people who were like kind of in delusion. They were like, look, she's fine. She is having the time of her life on the Eras tour. And I'm like, I don't think we know. I talked about this in the Joe breakup video I made like a year ago, where I was like, we don't know. We don't know. She could be doing really well or she could be doing really badly. And like, just nobody knows. Like, what the fuck? We see her for a couple hours on show nights and that's it. Nobody even knows. So many people tried to act like they knew. People were either like, oh my god, she's crying during every song. And some people were like, I don't see any tears. Do you remember that? That was crazy. And then other people were like, this is the greatest thing that could have happened to her. She's thriving. Obviously she wasn't. I didn't want to jump to conclusions though, because I didn't know, much like everybody else. But people spoke with so much authority on that, whether it was one extreme or the other. The deep breath at the beginning, she did that on You're Losing Me. Here's the Jehovah's Witness. Jesus Christ. Who the fuck was that guy? Why does this like hit? It was like a ballad at first, and now it's like, you can't really hear the beat in the laptop speakers, but they just ghosted you. Now you know what it feels like. I don't even want you back. I just want to know if rusting my sparkling summer was the goal. And I don't miss what we had, but could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived? This is Maddie. That's crazy. But she's saying, I don't even want you back. If all those other songs were like, oh, I love you so much, but daddy, I love him, whatever. Then the second he leaves, she's like, I don't even want you back. What? The way she would flip? Could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived? People really thought this was going to be about Joe. I mean, it kind of sounded like it. Oh, her voice goes so low. To know. Can I even hit that? This sounds like Aaron Dessner. Stabbed me with your push pins in public, showed me off, then sank in stoned oblivion. You didn't measure up in any measure of a man. I mean, are we surprised? Were you sent by someone who wanted me dead? Were you a sleeper cell spy? This is so self-aware. Were you sent by someone who wanted me dead? That's like so... She was in such a vulnerable state, and this is what she chooses, and it's like, obviously it's not going to end well. It wasn't sexy once it wasn't forbidden. I mean, it was so short. Was it ever like not forbidden? It seems like people didn't like it the entire time. We didn't really get a chance to accept it. Oh, she means like guilty as sin. When she was like fantasizing about him, it was one thing, but once it was actually happening, it was like not what she envisioned in her head. I would have died for your sins. Instead, I just died inside. You deserve prison, but you won't get time. So many prison references. It's so interesting how she's like playing with that he can be my jailer, Burton to this tailor, and how that like was a self-fulfilling prophecy. Fresh out the slammer, being caged up, trapped in this 6-year relationship. Oh, okay. This doesn't sound how I imagined while reading it. This is unhinged. Angry. Why does this sound like Christian rock? You slide into inboxes and slip through the bars. Slide into inboxes? He was already looking in other places while he was with her? It was only 2 months, man. Okay, this is also giving me 2 different muses because the end is getting a little more Joe leaning. You kicked out the stage lights, but you're still performing. He acts like he wants all this privacy, but he's, I don't know, still in movies? In plain sight you hid, but you are what you did. I'll forget you, but I'll never forgive. I don't know, because she was talking about how she's never gonna forget him. What is going on? I wish there wasn't like a second muse in these songs. Does that make sense? Like if she would have stayed single from then until the album released, this would be easier to decode. This is like impossible. This intro is crazy. I said crazy so many times in this video, but like she comes in singing so fast. That's just not what I was expecting. Her voice is so low. These chemicals hit me like, why? What if I told you I'm back? The hospital was a drag. Worst sleep that I ever had. Ooh, this like thing. Call the amateurs and cut them from the team. Travis, is that you? I'm here for that. I'm seeing how that goes. I feel better about it than I did Ratty. Maybe we just have like the bars on the floor, you know? So like Travis looks like a pretty good choice comparatively. But I'm confused by the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me? Or is this a reference to all the times, all those old interviews of Travis Kelce where they asked, who's your celebrity crush? And he would always say Taylor Swift. The Travis Kelce School of Manifestation is crazy. It's still reserved for me? Yep, shirts off and your friends lift you up over their heads. Oh, this is so cute. Where's the trophy? He just comes running over to me. I can't find this stanza on Genius. It's just literally not there. It's not there. Like, I don't know what to explain here. Okay, I just have to listen really closely because the lyrics just aren't here. Touchdown. So when I touch down, her coming to the Super Bowl. Wow, is this the last song added to this album? Touchdown. Her plane touches down. He scores a touchdown. That's cute. This is not what I was expecting. I was really not expecting to hear a Travis song on here. But also, I'm a little bit disappointed because I really wanted self-referential. All the gold stuff. I was like, this could be crazy. Digging into her past metaphors and her past work. It's a good song, but like, man, that title was like really sending my brain into overdrive. Oh wait, there's one more song on the standard edition. I was like, that's such an uplifting, nice ending. Like, love begins again. Oh, this is interesting. This guitar. Aw, this is like you're on your own, kid. I think I might die if it happened to me. No one in my small town thought I'd see the lights of Manhattan. These violins. Them's the breaks. What is this? That you look like Taylor Swift in this light, we're loving it. Okay, Clara Bow, Stevie Nicks, Taylor Swift. Like the cycle of like always someone new coming around. However, God, that's crazy, the self-referencing. I also kind of think it might be like the old Taylor is dead. Like she burned down the Lover House, which was all of her like past eras. In this light, we're loving it, but you've got edge she never did. Like she's reinventing herself again with this era. Some people are speculating this is the end of eras also. Like she's running out of colors, like not everything has to have such a definite, distinct aesthetic, and now Taylor has this new edge to her. That makes me kind of sad though. Bonus tracks are all like out of the expected order. It ends with the manuscript. That's so interesting. The piano, a bar called The Black Dog. This reminds me of Sweet Nothing. Like the sound. Whoa. I like this beat. Old habits die screaming. Whoa, what just happened? That was insane. This part? That stunned me. Was not expecting that. All of those best laid plans, you said I needed a brave man, then proceeded to play him. The coward claimed he was a lion. I love this guitar so much. My rain-soaked body was shaking. Stand there like a ghost shaking from the rain. Hazing for a cruel fraternity, I pledged and I still mean it. Tail between your legs, you're leaving. Wait, is this Maddie again? She keeps calling him a dog. This is like the third dog reference. The tragic fabric of my dreaming. This is chaotic. This string instrumentation. The snare drum. Oh my god. Oh my god. Crazy. I'm stressed out. This is too much. Oh, that's weird. It sounds like a labyrinth. Lilac short skirt, the one that fits me like skin. I don't remember a lilac skirt. Whether I'm gonna be your wife or smash up your bike, I haven't decided yet. This is so rhythmic. I'm an Aston Martin that you steered straight into the ditch. Is this like a relapse? Say you got somebody else, I say I got someone too. I don't know what's going on at this point, I'm just vibing. This is like, it reminds me of Reputation. This intense drums. So percussive. God, the last chorus is so vocally. This reminds me of Dress off Reputation. The like head voice. Ha ha ha, see the whispers in your eyes or whatever. It is a little reppy, but this is the part 2. This is the second album. This is chaos. This is so folky. How is she real? They tried to warn him about her? She's the albatross. She is here to destroy you. One less temptress, one less dagger to sharpen. Locked me up in towers. Her team or her 6-year relationship? Is that whole cage thing? This is groovy. It reminds me of Willow. It's so Evermore. I'm really getting into the second half. It's like more mellow musically. You're in terrible danger.
Caroline, Caroline, you are in terrible danger.
Wise men once read fake news and they believed it. Man, politics now? I'm so lost. It's so pretty though. A Coraline reference was not on my bingo card. Remember Albatross I swept in at the rescue? I'm the life you chose. What? Is this Aaron Dessner? What? What is this title? The piano. It's so folklore-y. You saw my bones out with somebody new who seemed like he would have bullied you in school. You needed me, but you needed drugs more. What is going on? This is amazing. The guitar is so pretty. This bridge is crazy. Too impaired by my youth to know what to do. This scarlet maroon. This is a beautiful outro. It's so folklore coded. I don't know what's going on. Will I always wonder? Will I always wonder about what's going on over here? Or will I understand the song after a few listens? We're just rapid fire going through these at this point because this video is going to be so long if I don't. Like the amount of raw footage I will have if I don't let them just play back to back. This piano is beautiful. Oh, the vocals. So folky. We hereby conduct this post-mortem. This is big-brained. We were blind to unforeseen circumstances. She doesn't blame him. Soon they'll go home to their husband smug because they know they can trust him. Didn't you hear they called it all off? One gasp, and then how did it end? Oh, my beloved ghost and me sitting in a tree, D-Y-I-N-G. This is haunting me. The death rattle breathing silenced as the soul was leaving. You're losing me was such a hint. It's happening again. How did it end? I can't pretend like I understand how did it end. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. I had a feeling the it's happening again was going to be this self-aware, like, oh, all I do is have these failed relationships. Okay, well that happened and it was kind of like you're losing me. This is the closest one to you're losing me. There's been a lot of references to that one, but this has been the closest one, conceptually. Okay, going through these very fast. Oh, this sounds like Hits Different. I pictured you with other girls. I feel so high school every time I look at you. I want to find you in a crowd just to hide from you. Tell me about the first time you saw me. The brink of a wrinkle in time. I love this melody. Bittersweet 16. Suddenly, it's like I'm 17, nobody understands. Your friends are around, so be quiet. I'm trying to stifle my sighs. That sounds dirty. Are you gonna marry, kiss, or kill me? I'm betting on all three for us too. This feels so nostalgic, like a coming of age movie soundtrack. This is Travis. You know how to ball, I know Aristotle. I'm obsessed. Touch me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto. You knew what you wanted and boy, you got her. Travis Kelce School of Manifestation. I can't get over you know how to ball, I know Aristotle. That just like summarizes their entire relationship. I love how it's a callback to her youth and high school. In your life, you'll do things greater than dating the boy on the football team, and then she ends up doing that again. It's like, I don't want to say regressing, but like we're circling back. It's coming full circle. So of course, she's reminded of that time. The guitar. Go Aaron Desner. What about a finance guy? I was a debutante in another life, but now I seem to be scared to go outside. How she lived. No one saw me for a year. Secret gardens. Snuck in through the garden gate. I was a precocious child. The second precocious reference. This guitar. Go Aaron Desner. Go Aaron. I love this. Oh my god, she's referencing Timeless. We would pick a decade we wished we could live in instead of this. 1830s, but without all the racists and getting married off for the highest bid. I was forced to marry another man. Oh, I see. That's kind of political. Everyone would look down because it wasn't fun now. It's freezing in the palace. Lunar valleys in my mind. The eclipse. The lunar valleys. This is so folklore. This reminds me of Midnights and that Aaron's stuff was on the 3 a.m. edition, just like it's on the second part of this album. I think. I could be wrong, but it seems like there's not as much Jack on the second half. Lucid dreams like electricity. I'll need to take so much time to analyze this because no thoughts head empty right now. This pacing, this beat, I don't know what's going on. This place made me feel worthless. Which place? Oh, she's doing it again. They're repeating the first line. Tell me something awful like you are a poet trapped inside the body of a finance guy. These violins. I read about it in a book when I was a precocious child. I love how this sounds. It's gorgeous. It sounds like a train chugging, kind of like Sad, Beautiful, Tragic from Red. Thank you, aIMee, with weird capitalizations. Oh my god, there's still so many songs left. That's beautiful. Fuck you, aIMee. What is going on? aIMee. Oh. I see what's capitalized. She's doing this again? It's been years. Yikes. I could build a castle out of all the bricks they threw at me. Throwing punches, building something. This is so cool. This is so folklore. I'm loving the second half. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm having the time of my life. This is like country folk. I built a legacy which you can't undo. There wouldn't be this if there hadn't been you. Maybe you've reframed it and in your mind you never beat my spirit black and blue. Kim has said so many times like, oh, I'm over it now, as if she's the one who can say that. I don't think you've changed much, so I changed your name and any real defining clues. And one day your kid comes home singing a song that only us two's gonna know is about you. What? This is iconic. Isn't this the bop of the century? She's taking no prisoners. Rep part 2, but make it folklore sounding? Thank you, aIMee. It's like closure. Wow, why did that take me so long to get that those letters were capitalized? The guitar. The guitar. This is crazy. Where's Noah Khan? Get him in here. Hosier, where are you? I died the tiniest death. So much death. You boarded your train south. You know that my train could take you home, but that didn't happen. She's going north, he's going south. Rose golden glows. This is gorgeous. Oh my god. What if your eyes looked up and met mine one more time? What are the chances you'd be downtown? It's very like The Black Dog. Kind of feels like the same situation. I look in people's windows like I'm some deranged weirdo. So much insanity on this record. I'm addicted to the if only. This feels very Evermore. I attend Christmas parties from outside. Gorgeous. So short. 2:11? This is crazy. Okay, who's counting? Is that Aaron? Oh, the guitar. The guitar. The guitar. I've said this so many times, but I just... Change the prophecy. Don't want money, just someone who wants my company. I am gonna be insufferable when fall time comes and I can listen to this. It feels like it's 2020 again. Midnights gave me this feeling to an extent, but this is it. Slutty folklore. I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to get my hopes up, but it's happening. She's sang about poison so many times now on this album. It's catchy, but it's like so mellow. Feeling like the last drops of an ink pen. That's what the ink pen at the Spotify library was referencing, not the lyrical genre, because I feel like we've had some quill pen songs. A greater woman stays cool, but I howl like a wolf at the moon. I look unstable. Gathered with a coven round a sorcerer's table. The Willow performance on Era's tour. The statues line. A paperweight in shades of grayish. This reminds me, this melody. This reminds me of something from Folklore Evermore. I want a timeline of what songs were written when so bad. Do I know what's going on? No. Do I have to move on anyways? Yeah. The piano. This sounds like Mad Woman. I got the call. When it's burned the bits, they're shrieking. When the truth comes out, it's quiet. When she's bitter, they never suffered consequences for their actions. They filled my cell with snakes. Yep, reputation. This is so dramatic. So Mad Woman. Blood's thick, but nothing like a payroll. I need to spend more time on that. The Christian chorus line. Do I need to do another alliteration video? The cell with snakes. Either insane asylum, like she referenced before, or the like prison or cage. Her lower register. Jesus. It's so Mad Woman. Women like hunting witches too. Burn the bitch. I want a music video for this one. She whispers the last word of the song again. She did that earlier. I love that. Okay, plowing right through into the next one. Who's Peter? I'm so jealous of all the people who got Taylor Swift songs named after them today. Ooh, it's a waltz. You think I know what she's talking about? I'm obsessed with this melody. Who's Peter? Oh, a repetitive chorus. Who's Peter? Sometimes it gets me when crossing your jet stream. We both did the best we could do underneath the same moon in different galaxies. Is this a Joe song? I didn't want to hang around. We said it was just goodbye for now. Oh, they're on again, off again? You said you were gonna grow up, then come find me. This reminds me of Tightrope from The Greatest Showman. I want to mash up. Grow up because she's older than him. I'm not ready. I won't confess that I waited, but I let the lamp burn. Peter Pan. Peter losing Wendy. Oh no. This is so whimsical. I love this. You were 25 years old. How were you to know? Lost to the Lost Boys chapter of your life. Did you think for a second he would fight for her? Choose something, babe, risk something. Like fight for me? Oh my god, I love that echo. Now I just sit in the dark and wonder if it's time. I actually like this repetitive chorus. This is one of my favorite repetitive choruses I've heard. Usually I don't like them too much, but the rest of the song is just so packed. I also love how she's trying to be like, you said this, you promised. Like over and over, she's like begging. Devastating. Okay, who's the bolter, her or him? That's the question on all our minds. That's unsettling. What? Quite bewitching face? It's in third person, so she's the bolter, as in... So good, so catchy. This almost feels fictional, but I don't know. She fell through the ice. She just knows she must bolt. It always ends up with the town car speeding. This reminds me of the Wildest Dreams music video. Off to the races. That reminds me of what she said when one of the shows was delayed because it was storming. She said, now we are off to the races finally, or whatever. I wonder if that's when it hit her. She was like, this could be a good lyric. No thoughts, head empty. I don't know what's going on. I really like this drum that comes in at this point. So guitar driven. Long story short, I survived type of vibes. Feels like the time she fell through the ice and came out alive. She ripped this band-aid off, ended this relationship and thought she would die, came out alive. I was kind of predicting a phoenix rising from the ashes type of thing. Like this end is a rebirth. Aaron Dessner does it again. He does it again. He just hooks me in the intro. I just read all the lyrics while listening and I have no idea what to say to you. I don't know what's going on. This is so pretty though. This guitar. Someone said, what the fuck? I'm fucking crying. People are saying 7 meets never grow up. I have your on your own kid vibes too. Is this a song for a child? I'm lost. This is intense. I love this bridge. Yeah, never grow up. You have nothing to regret. Okay, last one. How's she gonna end this story? I'm scared. She reads the manuscript of the entire Torrid affair.
Good Samaritan. He said that if the sex was half as good as the conversation was, soon they'd be pushing strollers. But soon it was over.
Soon it was over. They compare their licenses. He said, I'm not a donor, but I'd give you my heart if you needed it. That sounds like him, like, rescuing her. You don't need to save me, but would you run away with me? And he's like, oh, I would save you. She wished she was 30. The second verse. She dreamed of how they almost had it all. Afterwards, she only ate kids' cereal and couldn't sleep unless it was in her mother's bed. And she dated boys who were her own age. Jake? Oh, this is so pretty. That's so pretty. The professor said to write what you know. The actors were hitting their marks. She said she hits all her marks and I can do it with a broken heart. The tears fell in synchronicity with a score, and at last she knew what the agony had been for this art. Oh shit. The last verse. Literally the last stanza to end this album is going to destroy me for the rest of my life. She hasn't sang it yet, but I looked ahead.
She knew what the agony had been for.
Wow, this is a good closer.
One last souvenir from my trip to your Lord.
My waves meet your shore ever and evermore. The closure, the maturity. I kind of was predicting a theme like that being here. Yep, it hits, and now it's over. Jesus Christ, I'm so overwhelmed. Usually I like to conclude these videos with like my standout tracks, the ones I liked the most, but I don't know what to tell you. I don't remember what just happened. I feel like I have whiplash. I don't know what to think. I was like laughing, and then I was crying, and then I was shocked, and then I was like, oh my God, Folklore Part 2. And I kind of forgot what was going on in the beginning because I've listened to so many songs since then. I just listened to 31 songs in a row, guys, and I don't know what to think. I had a good time. There was nothing I didn't like. There was no part where I was like, oh, this is kind of dragging. Like, I remember Labyrinth kind of felt like that when I reacted to Midnights initially. It's grown on me since. Epiphany kind of felt like that when I first listened to Folklore, and Happiness off Evermore. But I don't have a standout song where I'm like, oh, this one was kind of a little bit of a flop for me the first time through. I'm not feeling that. Like, everything felt right. I don't even know what my ranking would be. I don't know anything. Maybe there will be a definite least favorite later once I've listened a few times and started to really, really like certain ones, and then others will get bumped to the bottom, obviously. But Jesus Christ, I don't know what to think. You can drop all of your theories, all your brain dumps below. I don't have any brain cells left. Hopefully I will at a later date, and maybe we can talk about this album in a different video. But as of right now, that's my reaction. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to rank all the tracks down in the comments to help me come to a conclusion of how I would rank them, because I have no fucking idea. I don't even know what my favorite was. I think I liked Down Bad, but I don't know. That was not what I was expecting. God, the first half was so Midnights-y, poppy. It kind of did what Midnights did though, and that like the first half was like very Jack Antonoff, right? And then Aaron Dessner was featured more on the back end. I think I liked the back end a little bit more, but I don't know. That's because it's fresh in my mind. Please let me know your thoughts on this album, because I don't know what mine are. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, it's right here. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, that is right here. I will see you all next week, sometime soon, for another Tortured Poets Department related video about the lore and the album rollout and Easter eggs and everything. And I hope you have an amazing day. Don't cry too hard. Bye, guys.